teach us how, a trip to Antarctica be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to become something that can help people to elevate trust and build trust.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Well, my father was one of three Black people on the ship
Mm.
at a time when it's called Jim Crow, where we had segregation in the United States. And so Black communities were only working with Black communities and white communities only with white communities. And so they weren't living together. They were maybe working. Black people at the time or African Americans had only certain jobs that were given. You couldn't, if you wanted to be a rocket scientist, you would be a janitor. There's nothing wrong with being a janitor. It's just that if you have the skills to be a rocket scientist, you're a
Mm.
little frustrated. There was violence, making sure that people stayed in their place. So here we are then, my father, a Black man on a ship, in one of three Black people on with 60 men, and they had to learn how to get along.
Ah.
And there were people there. There were a few men that were not used to, didn't want to work with Black people. And so they were calling him names and making his job difficult.
Ah.
So what happened was the officers, the admiral and the captain, as an example, were very aware of how well my father was doing, how well he was performing, how generous he was with the rest of the crew, and they acknowledged that. So they gave him awards, and they gave him the first opportunity to be the first Black person in the world to set foot on Antarctica. That was one of the things they granted him. So when they got to Antarctica, they allowed him to get off the ship first. He was the first man off the ship. And he
Wow.
had that honor, and then also had the honor of becoming the first Black person in the world.
Wow.
So I gained a lot of respect for leadership and how leadership can orchestrate safety and teamwork by
Mm.
how they do, what their actions are. So they didn't reprimand the people who weren't treating him well.
Mm.
They just helped him feel a part of the group and
Wow.
acknowledged him in front of everyone else. So it's
Wow.
really a different style. The other thing I learned from his diaries is that he talked about his personal feelings, and he talked a lot about how the crew was feeling, how the men were feeling. You know, our morale is high, or oh, our morale is low, or you know, we're not eating because the ship is pitching and rolling, and we can't eat. We can only eat sandwiches, and you know. So he talked about the collective, and I thought, and that was just eye-opening for me that someone would care about the whole team, even though they're just a worker. I mean, he was in the kitchen cutting potatoes and making beds.
Wow. And what did you feel when you read those notes from him? And what did you feel about your father, about the characteristic of a strong man he has, and that moved you on to the work to do? How did you feel?
Yeah, I was very moved. I just felt so happy that that he had that kind of attitude. I felt inspired that he didn't, you know, he wasn't petty. You know, he didn't
Mm.
write in his diary, oh, so and so did this to me, or he wasn't a victim. So I felt very inspired and happy that this was, you know, part of my legacy.
Wow.